Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we shall discuss what is culture and why does it matter. Have a look at the culture wheel showing varied aspects of culture. The English word culture is a synonym of the Sanskrit word Sanskriti and has the same meaning and connotations. It is a derivative of the Latin term cult or cultus, meaning tilling, cultivation, care, refinement, and worship. It is sometimes used interchangeably with the word civilization, but they differ considerably. Civilization is an advanced state of culture visible in physical form through the human progress in the fields of arts, literature, architecture, and festivals. Raymond Williams, one of the pioneers of cultural studies, opines in his book Keywords, written in 1976, that culture is one of the two or three most complicated words in the English language and states its etymological history. The word culture originally meant the tending or cultivation of something, in particular animals or crops, hence the noun agriculture. He gives a social definition of culture as a particular way of life, whether of a people, a period, a group, or humanity in general. Edward Burnett Tylor, an eminent anthropologist, defines the term culture in his book Primitive Culture 1971 as that complex whole which includes knowledge, beliefs, arts, morals, law, custom, and any other capabilities and habits acquired by man as a member of society. Thus, the notion of culture is related to people and their ways of living and shared patterns, greeting, worship, speaking, eating, dressing, marrying, and so on. So, we can very well say that culture exists where people exist. The way we greet each other, the way we worship, speak, eat food, wear clothes, perform marriage ceremonies, etc. All these are the aspects of culture. Cultural practices differ from time to time and place to place. So, different people have different cultures. For example, the Indian way of clothing, greeting, methods of worship, etc. differ from those of the Western countries. Popularly speaking, being cultured means being well educated, well read, and well mannered with an artistic sense. The concept of culture is very broad and inclusive. Williams call it as the most elusive and inclusive concept. It embraces all man-made things and achievements such as art, music, literature, architecture, sculpture, philosophy, religion, and science. It also includes the ideas, beliefs, rituals, shared behavior patterns, traditions, festivals, and other ways of human life. Thus, culture encompasses the material, that is concrete, and non-material, which is abstract aspects and practices of a particular group or people or society. These things are inherited from the past generations. It has two distinctive aspects, material and non-material aspects. Material culture consists of objects that are related to the material aspects of human existence or human life, such as our dressing, food, and household goods. Non-material aspects refers to ideas, values, thoughts, and beliefs. Several socio-cultural critics have made the distinction between high culture and low culture. It is somewhat arbitrary as it is based on the taste or hobbies, likes and dislikes in music, art, literature, and varied material goods. High culture refers to the classical music, theatre, fine arts, and other sophisticated pursuits as it is pursued by the upper castes or classes. Particularly in India, the upper caste test differ from the lower classes. Low or popular culture, generally pursued by the working and the middle classes, prefers to sports, movies, television, sitcoms. You know what is sitcoms? Sitcoms is the situational comedy shows. The show by the Kapil and other anchors. And rock music, of course. High culture enjoys a greater degree of prestige and privileges than the low culture due to certain benefits. Critics like Pierre Bourdieu view the interest in culture as a matter of easy access to a form of cultural capital leading to advantages. For example, many critics have opined that rich students are given special treatment or advantages in schools and colleges than the poor students. The opportunity to obtain cultural capital is open to all members of society principally or theoretically, but the strong link between cultural capital and the socio-economic status matters very much. As it is said aptly, it takes money to buy culture. The members of the low culture are disadvantaged or deprived with regard to access to cultural capital. Culture as has some general features or characteristics common to different cultures throughout the world. We will discuss some of the major features of culture. The first and foremost feature of culture is that culture is acquired and learned. As I made a mention that we acquire from the past generations. From our grandparents we learned many things. We have learned many things from the British people, right? Whose colony we were. India was a colony of Great Britain. So we learned many things from the Britishers also through language and literature. The second most important feature of culture is language. Language is called the index of culture, right? How much a culture is developed or underdeveloped, we can evaluate on the basis of language. The next feature is man-made aspects and its diversity. Culture is man-made and as such it is very diverse. Diverse means that it varies from again place to place, person to person and time to time. Next feature, culture is ever evolving or changing. Culture goes on changing constantly. Every 100 kilometers you will find variation as in language, so in culture. Next feature, it is collective and universal. It is symbolic and ideational also. Next feature, it is hereditary and transferable. You can transfer the things from one generation to another generation. And the next feature is it is specific as well as common. The importance of the concept of culture for human beings or human life rather, culture has great importance owing to its intrinsic value as well as its extrinsic benefits. It is the lifeblood of a vibrant society as it enhances the quality of human life and increases overall well-being for both individuals and communities. The societal aspects of culture such as language, customs, values, norms, mores, rules, tools, technologies, skills, products, organizations and institutions bring the members of societies together. People are encouraged to participate regularly in different cultural activities like festivals, rituals, fairs, which help to develop social cohesion or harmony. Cohesion means harmony. We live together. Community empowerment and tolerance. To conclude or to recap, culture, what is the major takeaway or what you have understood by throughout the discussion, that what is your takeaway, that as there is no universal culture or right way, several cultures, subcultures and countercultures exist in the globe. Hence, it is not proper to consider one's own culture superior to that of other cultures. Thank you.